Everybody, it's Invictus. Time to run here. The Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. We have at least one mark on the like streak goal from last week, maybe even two, because last week's episode is now currently at 1987. So 13 more likes on last Monday's episode, and we are not Monday, sorry, Thursday's episode, and we will get there. Tango 7, Mike Echo, Echo 6, Alpha 6. We've got ourselves Terrible Tears Rate, Mega Bean, and also Ghost Pepper. Mega Bean does that. It's basically Mama Mega. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Tech Zero. Full stop. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not optimized right now for this absolutely abhorrent tier rate. Our shot speed's okay, but man, this is gonna be rough. Pretty fly. I figured why not. We've been having some good pill luck lately. But yeah, the mosh pit showing up in droves because we had 2,000 likes already on the new episode that we had from this previous week. And then on top of that, that was on Sunday. On top of that, last week's episode is now almost at 2K. So this would be a very good Mega Beanable episode. Mega Beanable episode. But Mega Beanable room here. We just need to get 2 more charges, and we can absolutely destroy all those pots, and that would be a ton. I mean, a ton of money. Except, of course, Isaac being Isaac decides to give us 1 charge short. We might be able to get a charge out of this, I think. No, it's literally we just needed combat in any of these rooms game, and yeah, we could have had it. Now we have to hope that we get a cent or something. 1 penny and we can buy that full charge. I'm going to Mega Bean that room. The damage there with Ghost Pepper. Thank goodness we have Ghost Pepper. And eventually when we do finally get a tears rate upgrade, Tech Zero will start to get better. Well, we asked for a penny, we got a penny, but it's not ideal. I'm not going to waste a key just to get maybe 1 cent here. Let's go back over here. This is just a pure gamble. I heard some money. We got the swallowed penny, and we got 3 cents out of all that. But who knows how good the swallowed penny might actually be for us. And we get a tears upgrade. So all that led to a tears upgrade. I will take that. And I'm not going to go take that pill, but okay, so we got something for it. I would have loved to have gotten Nun's Habit, especially with Mega Bean, but hey, it worked out okay. We just need to get some HP and yeah, some tears. Feels good to have a bona fide like streak going on again. We go on to last week's question of the episode coming in from, I'm going to say, Anarchist Thistlemon, something like that. 1746 who said, question the episode with how the meta of the game has changed over the years. What items would you like to see reworked / buffed or changed? Well, I've already talked about Azazel's Rage ad nauseum at this point, so that one's definitely up there. I mean, there's a lot of items that I think are just I don't think that they're tuned very well, or just I don't think that it's even worth doing what has been done to them. Maw of the Void being one of those, Serpent's Kiss being the other. Those are the big ones that I can think of off the top of my head that really didn't deserve to get nerfed. Same thing goes for Brimstone. So if we're not talking about reverting repentance changes and just looking at other items that aren't the obvious ones, Mars. I don't think Mars will ever get fixed. Mars has gone through some changes, and they don't seem to quite get it right each time. I would like to see it change to TM Trainer. I'd like to just see it gone from the game. But if we can't see TM Trainer just flat out gone, then I would at least like to be able to roll out of it, and have the glitched items be able to be re-rolled. It's like if you get like a D4 or something like that. Same thing goes for Missing No. I think Missing No, it's kind of lame that if you get Missing No, it's just a permanent fixture to you, and that's it. Like if you re-roll into it. Okay, we gotta get locked here because we have absolutely no HP. We did not get that Soul Heart. I think the secret room is there to the left of the shop, but it's hard to tell. And I kind of want to use the Mega Bean to destroy the boss. So let's see if we can get a Soul Heart in here. We can't. I wouldn't mind getting Charge Baby for Mega Bean, but that's not the chief concern right now. Okay, we get a bomb. We cannot get... No, it can't be there. We cannot get a... If we get a Devil Deal, we can't take it. We're going to take a risk and go in here and just destroy this to see if there's a secret room. Maybe crawl space. There's the secret room. So we can get into the curse room for free, but wow, there's absolutely bloody nothing in there. We do get a bomb. I'm bombing that not to kill the keeper, but just to get into the curse room for free. And it has nothing in here, so... Okay, so this is not great. We do not have a full charge on Mega Bean now, so obviously we're going to be very, very cautious with this boss. Super Secret Room should be there. Okay, we're getting more bombs, but that's not going to necessarily help us for now. We could trade some bombs for the Charge Baby. Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to be Haunt. This is bad. It's Black Haunt too, so if we can get through... Okay, good. Black Haunt is not ideal because of the spiders, but if we can burn him fast enough, literally burn him fast enough, it should be okay, yeah. Super Bandage, thankfully, gives us some HP, and we can take... we're not taking Pounded Flesh. We can take Empty Vessel, which is going to give us the Devil Deal Precedent, and also give us some Soul Hearts, give us Flying, so that Super Bandage really... It didn't really have an impact, because we could have taken that anyway. Thanks to the 2 Soul Hearts that Empty Vessel gives us, but still, hey, I'll take it. We can bomb... We could bomb the donation machine, but let's see if we can maybe... No, that's stupid. Why would we want to waste possibly multiple bombs to get 4 cents when we know we can just use 1 bomb to get the cents that we need? I'm putting a lot of value on you here, Charge Baby, so I expect some big time plays, son. And yeah, I'm just gonna grab the key. We go back down to 0 money, but we have a legitimate good shot now with the Empty Vessel helping us out. Siva Maka said underneath that comment of the question of the day, said that they would like to see Ludovico get a buff. I think a Ludo buff would be very good. Anything to make the item just not terrible. If Ludovico moved faster at the base value, I could see it being more reliable, more sustainable. But when you have a really bad shot speed, playing with Ludo is just, it's 9 times out of 10, it's just torture. It's just physical, psychological torture to play with Ludovico. I don't care. I want to pick that up, but I don't care how much of a skill issue Mr. Keeney says I have with the item. There you go. So Empty Vessel procced on the 20, which means that it'll proc again on the 8 minutes. So if we could get an orbital somewhere, we could utilize that a little bit, but again, it's not ideal. I'd rather just get piercing shots and get a good tears rate upgrade. Skein-eyed Mushroom would also be nice if we could swing that. I deal with the clown physics in here. So there's the 8-minute shield. And our clearing speed's going to slowly crawl to a halt here if we don't get some more tears rate on this floor, which I'm hoping that we do. Now, we do have a decent amount of luck, so that's definitely helping us out. Great freeze there by Charge Baby. And we get an active item. So we go from Explosivo to Box of Spiders, which I don't mind Box of Spiders, but it's just not what we want here at all. There we go. I think the secret room's to the left of that shop that we were just, or left of that room. No, it's not there. Now, of course, having flying with Empty Vessel was going to be very, very instrumental in keeping us safe early on. The reason why we have flying is because we don't have any Red Heart containers. As soon as we do, there's the nightly audio glitch, which somebody tried to say that that's Windows Defender, and I can guarantee you it's not Windows Defender. Flat file would be nice, but Sharp Key is just good value. That's the only reason why I'm taking it here. I'm gonna take Flat File because this enables us to go into curse rooms. And that's what I'm gonna stick with here for now. It also stops spikes from hurting us. It also stops mimic chests. And you're going to be able to get Guppy's tail for free here, which I will take. This thing will ever get away from me, thank you. Super secret room might be here, but I'd be surprised. We have 8 bombs, so I guess we can check. I didn't think so. Reason why I didn't bother breaking stride there. Movement speed is also something else that we're severely lacking right now. Yeah, there's our super secret room. The next shield should be coming up in about 13 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, okay, so it's gonna be on the 40 then. Actually good. Brother. There. Get played. So we have 8 seconds for us to get into... Get a Perthro rune. Well, we missed it, but I can use it. I can use Azazel's Rage against Stained. There we go. And we get a range upgrade. I think we stick with... We don't want to use a blank rune. The fact that it dropped a Dagaz rune there makes me suspicious that we're going to get a curse on the next floor. So we're going to take the Dagaz rune to the next floor instead of getting it for a Soul Heart. Reroll the item room here, which turned into Lard, which I do not want because our movement speed's already A, bad enough, and B, I don't want to lose flying with Empty Vessel. We could take Blank Rune over there. Then maybe either get Black Rune or get a Perthro rune. The Error rune. Don't ever use blank runes in the same room of stuff that you were trying to get things out of, because it will most likely be a black rune and then you just can't get anything. No curse, surprisingly, so we're going to hold on to the Dagaz rune just in case. Next shield should be coming up at 12 minutes since we missed the 40. And now we missed this one, so it's going to be on the 20. Just can't be bothered with his room. Heard the little click there, that little charge that Charge Baby gave us. And we're getting a decent amount of money. Especially in here, we get some flying money. Flying money? I wish there was flying money. Also, how in the world did that shot land all the way over there? So even though our tiers look like they're doing big damage, that's because of tropicamide, which doesn't actually... It makes it look like we're doing a lot of damage here. Okay, this is... I'm over this. You guys need to die now. Nobody's impressed by your offset here. Thank you. Let's go fight the boss real quick here. I don't care about the devil deal, to be honest, at this point. If we get one, cool, but I'm not expecting one here, even at 67.5%. Yeah. Yeah. Ask me how I knew. So we do not get a tears rate upgrade from the boss, and now things are starting to get a little less rosy. We had some hope, but things are picking up again now. Okay, and on top of that, we got 3 soul hearts instead of us getting useless red hearts for now. So okay, Mr. Dolly showing up, and a greed fight. Yeah, that was on the 14-minute. 1440 is going to be our next empty vessel. We will not be taking Magic Skin. Magic Skin is another one that I would love to see changed. No. Magic Skin would be fine if it didn't have the whole, if you use Magic Skin once, it will come back again and again and again thing. Get a whole lot of nothing in here. Please give us back our 2 keys so we can get our 10 cents. Nope. Remember, we've got Guppy's tail, so that's the reason why all these chests are showing up. We still have not found our item room yet. Dude. Isaac, thank you. What are you doing over there? Come on now, son. We need you to lock in. We will not get boss rush. That's just that is an impossibility here. We got the most labyrinthy, non-labyrinth map that's ever not labyrinthed. Another full charge. Just rip it. We're ripping them. And eventually, we will find the item room, and I'm sure there's going to be something very good and useful inside, and not totally useless at all. Right? 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 Pisces. This is a tiers upgrade. But the only problem with Pisces is that we do have to worry about clown physics to a very great margin. Now we could use Magic Skin inside the secret room, but again, that would cost us our one of our HP containers, and that is just simply not worth it, in my opinion. I will take Marrow here only because this does ruin our Polaroid. This does ruin our empty vessel, but we have the tears rate to be able to defend ourselves now. Not saying it's good, but it is improved. The free entry into the curse room here, courtesy of the flat file. We get a double key payout here for our troubles. And yes, I am still clutching onto this Dagaz rune, fully anticipating a Curse the Blind at an inopportune moment. I guess I should be happy we didn't get Curse the XL. Usually there's a tinted rock in this room, but there's not this time. I'm used to having to avoid the spikes in this room, so it's kind of refreshing not to have to worry about them. Yeah, so we're not going to get any help from item rooms. We just need to get that out of our head. So it's going to come down to the shop, boss rooms, and devil deals to aid us. Item rooms have been largely forgettable. In fact, what have we taken out of an item room? Pisces was it. Now, you might be noticing, well, hang on a second, Invicta. Did you know that you can get into boss rush with Mega Bean? Yeah, I was getting to that point, Dexter. We're not going to make boss rush, but we can force our way in there with Mega Bean. So as long as we stick with Mega Bean, we'll be able to at least get an extra item, which is hopefully going to be very worth it. The blank rune, again, don't ever use the blank rune inside of a room that you need stuff in. Or throw a rune. Yep. Secret room might be here. Okay. This movement speed, and you're seeing the little jostles that are happening here with Pisces. Not phenomenal. A humbling bundle, which I will take, and I will take you. Take the half-price heart as well as 2 diamonds. Going to double our money. I'm just going to use that now. Just looking for 1 charge so we can clear this big room over here. Dude charged all the way from over there, all the way over there, while taking the long way around. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Find the super secret room is what we can find. Let's go back into the shop and buy that full charge. Okay. There we go. Get a soul heart out of this random blue fire. Need that luck rating to help us out with the procs of Ghost Pepper. We do get a damage upgrade finally. And yep. That is a devil deal. Yikes. Telling you, dude, it's gonna happen. We're going to run into a floor where it's just the worst possible time for a Curse of the Blind or something like that. It's gonna happen. Lots of money here. I'm fully expecting there to be a greed fight on this floor. The only thing we really need to find here is just going to be the Fool card. I would gladly re-roll this run. We don't have anything worth of note really except for Empty Vessel. The world card. I'm gonna go and use that. Go see what's inside of this here dice room, and it's a global D20. So now thanks to the world card, we do see there's a mini boss, so that means that there's no greed fight, which is surprising and refreshing. Get Bob's Rotten Head, which is something we don't want. Not over Mega Bean. It's explosive, but it can't get you through the boss trap or the boss rush door. And we can go into the boss trap room for free. If we have a teleport, we can get out of there, but we're going to need an additional one because let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something, sister. We are not fighting boss rush on this build. Ain't happening. There ain't no way. Use 2 keys here to try to get the golden chest. Money has not been a problem for us. Really just been movement speed and tears rate. The usual suspects, and we are just going to go ahead and... Was that a double tinted rock I saw? We need more inspection here. Obviously, we're not going to be doing that for a range upgrade. Even if we needed range, I wouldn't be doing a boss trap room for that. Ghost Pepper, I need you locked in here. Need you to step it up, son. We don't have crazy luck, but we do have a decent amount of luck to begin with, anyway. Let's see if that was a double tinted rock over there. It is not. I thought I saw one in the top left-hand corner, but it was not. It was just gas. Now all we're doing is looking for the Fool card, and then we can go into the Mom room. We can force the boss rush. Then we can teleport out. We have the dodging reflexes right now of a dead cow. It's already been served up on a plate. And we are still looking for that tinted skull. Champion belt is going to give us some much needed damage. Lover's card doesn't really matter. Golden key's a little bit late there. You may have noticed that the one room that we have decided not to go into because we just walked through and took the shortcut through the boss trap room. And who wants to place a bet that might be where our tinted skull is? The only room we have not been into. It's usually in this room here, but it's not. Great freeze there by Charge Baby. Is in the last room right before Mom. All right. We're not going to kill Mom here. And, yep. That's a boss rush, all right. A 2-item boss rush. That's pathetic. Glass cannon and butt bombs. Yikes. We can bomb the Rotten Beggar, I guess, for an additional chance to get a double deal. And look, if you look at our stats, we're not in danger right now. It's just going to be a long, painful process. Hoping with a few more luck upgrades, maybe we can start seeing a higher proc rate from Ghost Pepper and start roasting things. And late game is really where the flat file shines, because we don't have to pay the cost to get into curse rooms, which would normally be 2 regular hearts, soul hearts or red hearts, and that's no bueno. Take the pole right here. We're gonna leave that soul heart until after we're doing this. Got damage. A little bit of movement speed to go a long way. He's gonna try to make me look stupid, holding on to this Dagaz rune, and then it's never gonna give me a curse. Well, joke's on you, game. Maybe that's what I wanted. Ever think about that? No, you didn't. You know why? You're too busy being a game, and that's why. Your freaking game. So burning expectations here. Instead of going counterclockwise, they're just going to go straight north. This is Clown Physics Central here. There you go. Yeah, Ghost Pepper. See, that's what we need from you, son. We need more procs. And we've gone the wrong way. All right. Go check out the real side of the map here. The room might be to the right of here. I doubt it, though. Oh, it is there. Surprising. Now we could, if we could get an opportunity to get rid of this red heart, or at least get rid of the heart that's inside the bone heart, we could leverage some stats out of using Candy Heart, which is an item I didn't talk about. It's that heart-looking thing over there on the second row. And Candy Heart gives us permanent stat upgrades based on how much red heart HP we heal for. For example, if we get a double heart from, like, say, Humbling Bundle, and we had 2 open red heart containers that didn't have any hearts in them, we would gain a pretty large amount of damage out of that. I'm not going to use the Book of Revelations yet. I'm just touching them, but I will come back to get the Soul Heart. Then we have to make a choice. Do we go with Mega Bean, which is kind of useless at this point? Or do we go with the Soul Heart Generator, which at least keeps us from dying if something catastrophic should happen? And you look at that map and you say, yep, Sinvicta's been here, that's for sure. All right. Eternal Heart. I don't really want the Eternal Heart. This room is awful with our current movement speed. Unless we had flying there was no way we're going to get out of that. There we go. And we've gone the wrong way. Look at the size of this map. It is quite the fortress. And we have found every single room in it. So there's the entire map, everybody, for those of you playing along at home. If you're playing out the seed for yourself, there's what it looks like. So you know exactly where to go and where not to go. The answer is everywhere Sinvicta went. There goes the bloat. We get a Krampus run, or Krampus fight. So let's go back and get the Book of Revelations, because honestly, Mega Bean is just not doing anything anymore. At least with the Book of Revelations, we can get. I didn't want to pick up that Eternal Heart. We can get Soul Hearts without having to worry about anything. We have Charge Baby. We can out-tank the run. But this has been quite the crawl. Gotta say, it's not like a crawl of all crawls, but it's up there. All right, so here's an opportunity for us to get rid of our red hearts. We can go down to A, Polar Invincibility, and B, we can start farming stats with the aforementioned Candy Heart. I might think it's a little too late for that in this run, which you could be right, but it's still possible for us to get some minor stat upgrades, including movement speed upgrades, which would greatly help this run. Another temperance, another blood donation machine here, so we're still going to be able to get down to our empty heart. That's funny, game. Think about yourself sitting around. I think the best part is that we got a very early guppy item and then just never saw another one. That was the highlight there. So we could pick up that red heart. I'm not going to for now until we start getting a little bit more. We would need to get another red heart in order for me to take advantage of that, because I don't want to. We can't just at this point lose a half red heart on a temperance machine. It has to be a full heart. There's no reason to pick up the half heart for now. Ask and you shall receive. We get a movement speed upgrade. Oh my god, we are moving at Mach 20. Look at the speed now. Hang on, kids. We can beat the Artemis back to Earth and back again. That's right. We don't go anywhere. We don't have to worry about spikes because we have flat file. Because those 2 red hearts there are going to be good for a little bit of hearts. A little bit of stats, I mean. And yeah, we got a little, tiny little all stats up. Well, teeny tiny all stats up. All right, it's going to be it lives. Now, I would love for us to get a Devil Deal. Have 2 guppy items, get rid of our red hearts, activate Polar Invincibility, and... You know what? Even drop an Emperor card. How about that? Hopefully you're having a great Thursday, everybody. What workouts are you doing today? By the way, we didn't get a Devil Deal. Today is shoulders for me. Thursdays is shoulders. Fridays is arms. If you're wondering why I didn't take Pageant Boy, it's just out of spite. Just the principle of the matter. Really insulting to get Pageant Boy in the second to basically the final level that you can get a boss item from. And the only thing that I would care about even dropping from that would be a Blessed Penny, but we have the Book of Revelations, so I don't really care. More about sending a message. There we go. We could grab the ice cube because there's no more curse rooms, but there still could be mimic chests. There you go. Nice roasty toasty there by Ghost Pepper, stopping a majority of the projectiles. Excuse me. All right. Is the game going to do it and just make me look like a fool for holding on to this Dagaz rune? Of course it is. Rubber Cement. Now, that would have been great very early on in this run with Tech Zero. Brother Bobby's also pretty good. You might be thinking I'm trolling, but no, I'm not. Remember, Tech Zero chains to any of your friendly familiar projectiles. So any anchor point of a tier is enough for Tech Zero to go ham. And then you combine that with the wackiness of rubber cement. If we can get rid of our red hearts, we can start getting more stat ups with Candy Heart. Might as well use our Book of Revelations here. Yeah, you saw the damage there on Conquest, man. One tier just bounced back and forth while Conquest just couldn't get out of the way. And we've gone the, you guessed it, wrong way. How does he do it? Stigmata, I mean, we're not going to be able to get back down to Polar Invincibility unless we get the IV bag or something like that. Maybe this is the right way to go. Let's find out. It's not. All right. No. Not today, game. You've trolled us one too many times in this run. This is going to be a dead end, too, isn't it? Oh, that was a long, long wick on that bomb. We had 9 lives, 2 or 3 guppy here. Yep. My God, it's a Tears upgrade. See, the game's doing it again, giving us all the stuff that we would love to have had at the beginning of the run. But obviously, we're not going to give the game like this, a run like this, to be trolled by a reroll with D100. The problem with the D100 as well is that it shuffles your stats, and that's because it harnesses the power of the D8, which is a not great item. Get Gemini, which I'm just going to ignore. Lost Soul Buddy! I'm sure he's going to have a long and fruitful career. And he's dead. Just imagine if we had... You're funny, game. Imagine if we had piercing shots for this. We probably could have done a victory lap or more. But we didn't. We're going to get the dub, though, courtesy of Tech Zero at the very, very, very end. But, movement speed was really lacking. Our tears rate obviously was awful. So being able to come up from where we were to where we are now and get the easy win. 2 or 3 guppy. Besides that, we didn't really have a devil deal to lean upon. And we just kind of made the most out of what was given to us, which was Ghost Pepper. So shout out to Ghost Pepper, shout out to Tech Zero, and shout out to the Mosh Pit for getting another video over 2,000 likes. By the way, should mention, and I want to remind everybody, in case you don't know how like streaks work here on the channel, but shorts, YouTube shorts do also count for the like streak. So any YouTube short gets over 2,000, I'll be adding them down to the tally. Then we will do the all void run, which should be a lot of fun. We haven't done something like that in a long time. It's not gonna be a theme week, it's just gonna be one fun run for Wacky Wednesday and then some. So thank you for watching, everybody. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you on the Invictus subreddit by Thryfinez. I hope I said that correctly. I probably didn't. Title thread was strongest run ever video has my eyeballs pogged beyond belief. Me in bed at 1 a.m. watching Invictus strongest run ever. Yep. just blasting you with the DPS. So thank you very much, Thryfinez, for sharing that on the Sinvicta subreddit. Remember, turn in those memes. We need more memes on the Sinvicta subreddit. You know what to do, Mosh Pit. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and hyping up this video. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like thanks to patrons of mine like Data Rez, Michael McMaster, and Levi. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.